Welcome to Armacuts Advanced Tutorials. Video number 4, Insulating Complex Components. In this tutorial, we'll take your insulation skills to the next level by walking you through the process of insulating complex components in a chilled water circuit, including manifolds, vertical connecting lines, unions, flanges, and chilled water pump heads. By mastering these techniques, you'll refine your expertise and ensure a tight, professional insulation job that maximizes system efficiency and durability. Pro tip: high-quality insulation helps prevent condensation, reduces energy loss, and extends the lifespan of chilled water systems. Let's begin with insulating the manifold. The manifold is a straight pipe with 3 T-branches extending from it. In a chiller plant, you will have both a supply and return manifold. For this tutorial, we'll focus on the supply manifold. Measure the full length of the manifold and transfer that measurement to your insulation. Use a sharp knife to make a clean, straight cut. Next, mark the T-branch positions by drawing a straight reference line across the insulation. Pro tip: to mark the T-holes accurately, use a hole saw bit. Lightly press and rotate counterclockwise to create an imprint, then trace it with a marker. Cut out each T-hole carefully using a fine boning knife or a compact drill with a hole saw attachment. Make a seam cut along the reference line so the insulation can wrap around the manifold. Before applying adhesive, always dry fit to confirm the insulation sits correctly. Pro tip: always wear gloves when handling insulation adhesive. It's tough to remove from your hands. Apply an even layer of adhesive to both seam edges. Carefully align and press the seams together, holding for a few seconds to ensure a strong bond. Now that the manifold insulation is complete, let's move on to the vertical connecting lines. For the vertical sections, we will cut a half-moon shape to ensure a precise fit. Cut a half-moon into your insulation material. Measure from the bottom of the manifold to the reducer just below the union. Dry fit the insulation to confirm a snug, gap-free fit before applying adhesive. Pro tip: it's essential to eliminate air gaps when transitioning between pipe sizes from 1.5 inches to 1.25 inches to maintain insulation integrity. Apply adhesive to both seam edges and the manifold connection point. Press the insulation firmly to create a secure bond. Repeat this process for each vertical connection before moving on. Insulating unions and valves. Unions should be clearly visible for easy identification during maintenance and equipment replacement. Choose insulation that comfortably fits around the union. If the correct size isn't available, custom fabricate a piece using flat Armaflex insulation. Pro tip: make unions stand out so engineers and plumbers can locate them quickly without needing to remove unnecessary insulation. In this case, the pipe size is reducing, so we had to trim a section from our previous cut to decrease the inner diameter and ensure a proper fit. Always dry fit first, then glue your fitting into place. It's totally fine to trim a bit more to get that perfect snug fit. Once you've got that perfect snug fit, you're ready to glue the fitting into place. Just repeat the process for any duplicate cuts. For the copper pipes leading to the pump, we'll use Armacuts prefabricated fittings for a time-saving professional finish. Armacuts fittings come in all standard pipe sizes and 3 thickness options. For chilled water lines, 3/4 inch material wall thickness for interior applications, 1 inch material wall thickness for engine rooms and outdoor areas. For hot water lines, 1/2 inch material wall thickness for hot water lines. We recommend at least 3/4 inch for best efficiency. Thanks to Armacuts prefabricated tees, just a small trim was all it took for the right fit. Once you've got that perfect snug fit, you're ready to glue the fitting into place. To bridge the gap between these 45-degree cuts, a small custom straight cut piece was made. This area required insulation tape around the fittings to reinforce the seams and give it a cleaner finish. Unions should be clearly visible for easy identification during maintenance and equipment replacement. For valves, you'll need larger insulation sizes. Measure the insulation length needed and make a straight cut. Locate the center of the valve handle, mark it, and cut precisely. Cut a seam, dry fit, then apply adhesive to both insulation surfaces before sealing. For situations like this pressure gauge, make a custom cut using flat insulation material. Always measure twice, cut once. Flanges require a tight, packed insulation job to eliminate air gaps and maximize efficiency. Cut two 1-inch insulation strips from flat Armaflex insulation. Dry fit each strip around the flange bolts and secure them to the insulated pipe. Fill in the gaps between bolts with custom-cut insulation pieces. Pro tip: a well-packed flange prevents heat loss and condensation, increasing the system's efficiency. Once everything is securely packed, measure and cut a single wraparound insulation piece. Use a small paintbrush to evenly apply glue to both insulation surfaces for precise adhesion. Now that the 1.5-inch copper is insulated up to the chilled water pump, let's move on to insulating the pump head. This step requires precision cutting for a perfect fit. Use 1.5-inch Armaflex tubing for the pipe leading into the pump head. Cut a flat insulation sheet, slightly larger than the pump head. Trace the pipe insulation outline onto the flat sheet. Cut a precise hole in the center.
Still see okay?
Make a seam cut, dry fit around the pipe, and trim around the pump head for a snug fit. Pro tip: leave a small vent gap at the back of the pump head to allow for airflow. Apply adhesive to both insulation surfaces and press firmly into place. Cut and install a 2-inch insulation strip to cover the rear side of the pump head without blocking ventilation. Measure and cut a wraparound insulation piece, ensuring a 45-degree cut for the return line connection. This area required insulation tape to reinforce the seams and give it a cleaner finish. Installing the return line insulation to the pump typically calls for a 45-degree cut. That was the case here, and we wrapped up the pump head with this piece for a clean, finished look. To achieve a flawless finish, use acetone and a rag to clean off excess glue. That concludes Armacuts Advanced Tutorial. Video number 4, Insulating Complex Components. By following these professional techniques, you'll ensure tight, gap-free insulation, long-lasting thermal protection, and a clean, professional appearance. Thank you for choosing Armacuts. Niche trade, low competition, well paid. If you're interested in taking your skills even further, stay tuned for our next module, where we teach you how to insulate entire engine rooms and discuss setting up your own marine insulation business. Thank you for watching Armacuts Advanced Tutorials. We'll see you in the next class.